What's going on, traders? I got a quick one for you this morning. Today we're going to talk about what is market cap. Recently, a couple stocks have been taken out of the S&P 500 and put into the S&P 500, and it got me thinking. Do people really know why that happens? And the answer is market cap. So the S&P 500 tracks the largest market capped companies, the top 500 largest companies based on their market cap. So what is market cap, right? Let's go ahead and jump down here and see if I can't get through this pretty fast for you. All right, what is market cap? Market cap is the total value of a company represented in a dollar amount. Since it represents the market value of a company, it is formulated using the current market price of its shares. So in order to get the market cap number, you're going to have to know the current price of the stock. All right, market cap is also used to compare and categorize the size of companies among investors and analysts. So, say comparing AMD to Nvidia, right? The different size of the market cap kind of gives you an idea of, the size and girth of the actual company. All right, so why is market cap important? Market cap allows investors to size up a company based on how valuable the public perceives it to be. Perceives it to be. That's bold and italic on purpose. The higher the value, the bigger the company. The size and value of a company can inform you of the level of risk you might expect when investing in its stock. Okay? So, continued here. Market cap is important because it allows potential investors to understand the true value of companies and the size of one company in relation to another. It helps investors to predict the future performance of a stock because it reflects what the market is willing to pay for a stock of that type in that space. Okay, so think maybe Snapchat and Twitter. Okay, so Snapchat and Twitter, one of them came along first, right? And let's say their current market caps are displayed on the screen here, 26.8 and 30. But let's say Snap IPOs, right, first comes onto the market, and it's kind of the same techie type company as like Twitter, and Twitter's current market cap is 30 billion. And with Snap's IPO price, let's say its market cap that day was 10 billion. And you just, you think it's going to get in line with something like Twitter. That gives you an idea that this might be a good investment based on its market cap, knowing that the market cap is going to increase to get in line with the other tech stocks, right? I have a really good example here coming up, so don't run away just yet. All right, so how do we calculate it? Okay, how do we do it? So you're going to take the current market price. So let's say, market price of something is $10, okay? And then you're going to multiply that by the float. The float is a term used to describe how many shares of a company are available to trade on the open market. So every company on the stock exchange only has a certain number of shares that can be traded, okay? And this is called the float. So you take the current market price, let's say it's $10, and you multiply that by the float. Let's say there's a million shares that's able to trade. Now that market cap would be 10 million, right? $10 times a million, 10 million. So let's get into the good stuff here. All right. So the current market price of a security times the total shares available to trade, the float, which I just explained, that's going to equal your market cap. So let's run through a few examples here, and this is where it gets kind of cool. So I'm going to go through the automakers, Ford, GM, and Tesla, and you're going to notice something a little interesting. Okay, so Ford, this is current as of yesterday. Ford's stock price, $13, and it has a 3.6 billion share float. That's a giant float, okay? That's very big. So you're going to take your $13 and times it by every share available to trade, and this gives you how much money essentially is in the stock, right? And that number is going to be 52 billion. So let's keep that number in our head. Okay, Ford is worth $52 billion to just buy every share, to own it, walk away, and say, Ford's mine now. It'll cost you $52.2 billion. Now, GM, the current stock price is 35, right? But the float is about half. Okay, they have about half the shares available than Ford. So doing that math out, it's going to equal 51.2 billion, which is damn close to 52, right? So these two here are in line to each other, just like we were describing, right? With the with Snap and Twitter a second ago. Now check this out. Tesla, on the other hand, okay, stock price current $815. It's got 850 million shares that can be traded, which is a lot less than 1.4 billion or 3.6 billion. And this equals out to a $844 billion market cap. Okay. So Ford's whole value, like the perceived current value of Ford, is 52 billion. Okay. GM, that's been around for a long time. They sell a lot of freaking cars. Their market cap is 51 billion. Tesla, on the other hand, is $844 billion. That is 16 times Ford or GM, okay? Or 8 times both of them combined. But check this out. This is why it's interesting and why it's perceived value of a company, okay? It's not, I mean, it is actual because the money's real, but Tesla isn't, they don't make 16 times the money as Ford and GM. So let's read this note here. Tesla's sales revenue numbers have been growing rapidly over the past several years, and while it pulled in $16.9 billion in auto sales in the first quarter of 2022, the automaker is still a far cry away from GM's $36 billion or Ford's $34 billion. Okay, so Tesla first quarter made $16.9 billion. Ford first quarter made $34.5 billion. GM made 36. So this is essentially telling you that Tesla is generating half the revenue that Ford or GM is generating, right? So in the same time period, Tesla only made 16.9 billion, where Ford doubled it, right? But the perceived value of Tesla with its full self-driving, electric cars, you know, they got all kinds of stuff. They got the satellite deals for the internet. They got Starlink, I think it's called. They got all kinds of stuff. So the perceived value of all that comes down to 844 billion, which is, 16 times more than Ford or GM. So I hope that gives you kind of an example of how market cap kind of plays into it, right? Because obviously it's an automaker, and it's just not in line with Ford or GM. And why is that? Because the market cap is so high. Why is it so high? Because of the perceived value of the company in the future. Not now, as you can see, because they're only making half of what Ford or GM is making per quarter. All right, so the key takeaways here. The market cap is the total dollar value of all outstanding shares of the company at the current market price. So price times all shares available, which is called the float. Market cap is used to size up corporations and understand their total market value. As we see, sizing up Ford to Tesla, you see Tesla is a much greater perceived value. Okay. Companies are categorized as large, mid, or small cap, depending on their market cap. Okay. Blue chip companies are often large or mega cap stocks. Like, I want to say Apple. It's huge. I think it's in the trillions. Google might have hit a trillion too. I think Apple might even be. Let's see. Apple is $2.5 trillion. I think Google's in the trillions of dollars too. That's giant. At its height, at its peak, I think Apple hit 3 trillion. 3 trillion with a T. That's insane. All right. That's obviously a mega cap, right? So blue chip companies are often large or mega cap stocks, while its very smallest are referred to as small or micro cap stocks. These smaller cap stocks are typically what, I don't want to say all day traders, but a good amount of like traders, newer traders especially, they're looking for a lower float stock, which makes the cap smaller. So just to give you the categories here, a large cap stock is going to be 10 billion or more. A medium cap stock is going to be 2 to 10 billion, and a small cap stock is going to be less than 2 billion market cap. All right, so now you can calculate market cap on your own. If you've got a topic you would like explained, please comment below. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more information coming at you. I know it was a little bit long. This was my first time doing a type of presentation like this. I know it's not going to be so nice and refined, but I just got to power through it, keep knocking them out, and hopefully we get better over time. All right? Thanks for watching. Have a great day.